When you spent top dollar on your PC, you want to make sure your peripherals are up to the job. This video has been put together to help you whittle down your options and make that all-important choice of which gaming mouse to opt for. Firstly, you want to choose between a wired or wireless mouse. Wired mice tend to be the fastest, however some wireless mice are now almost lag-free, so make sure you check the specs. You might prefer a wired mouse if you have a permanent setup and you don't want to think about charging, whereas wireless is well suited to those who need portability, but remember you will have to charge or replace batteries periodically. It's worth noting that there are now some mice on the market that give you the option to change between wired or wireless. Your next consideration is the sensor to opt for. There are two basic types, laser or optical. Both types of mice are technically optical, meaning that they record optical data which they then send to your PC or laptop. But for the purposes of what we're discussing here, the key difference between an optical and a laser mouse is their illumination source. An optical mouse uses an infrared LED light to illuminate the surface, whilst laser mouse illuminates the surface with a laser beam. A laser mouse is more sensitive and can be used on any type of surface, even transparent ones. Laser mice tend to have a higher lift-off distance than optical mice, which can cause problems when the mouse reaches the edge of your mouse mat. As you lift the mouse to reposition it, the laser sensor carries on reading the surface until it's anything up to a centimetre in the air, which is translated into in-game movements. This is why many professional gamers choose an optical mouse over laser, but it's then important to make sure that you use a quality mouse mat to ensure the optical sensor accurately reads the surface. DPI, or dots per inch, indicates how sensitive a mouse is. The higher the DPI, the greater its ability to detect and react to even the smallest of movements. But a higher DPI isn't always better, as in some situations it can be too sensitive. So you'll find most high-end gaming mice have the ability to adjust your DPI settings to best suit your gameplay, which you can then save to the onboard storage to quickly flick between DPI settings on the fly. The polling rate of your mouse is measured in hertz and refers to how many times your mouse sensor updates its position per second. For example, if you have your mouse set to 500 Hz polling rate, your mouse will update its position 500 times a second. So higher polling rate means there'll be less lag between when you move your mouse and the cursor update on your screen. So these are the technologies you need to think about when choosing the right gaming mouse for you. But it's also important to consider what type of games you play. Most gaming mice cater to FPS games, but there are also mice that have more buttons and macros designed for RTS games and MMOs, so be sure to read the reviews. Another consideration is comfort and selecting a mouse that works best for how you'll use it. Obviously, whether you're right or left-handed will dictate the options available to you. Right-handers have much more choice, but left-handed gamers can choose from ambidextrous gaming mice, which tend to have a symmetrical design with the buttons on both sides, or of course you can look for mice specifically designed for left-hand use. Then it's onto your preferred grip. A palm grip describes how most people hold their mouse, where your entire hand lies flat on the mouse. A claw grip is much like the palm grip, but characterised by arched fingers in the shape of a claw. And then there's the fingertip grip, where your entire mouse is held with just your fingertips and your palm doesn't touch the mouse. So think about which you use and read the specifications to assess suitability when narrowing down your choices. And then of course you have things like RGB lighting, which you can find on lots of gaming mice these days. These are really personal preference, but can add a striking look to your setup. So there you go, I hope you found this buyer's guide useful. We have a wide range of gaming mice at scan.co.uk for all budgets and uses, and keep your eye on our YouTube channel for our top seller videos to see what's hot right now.